Hi, I popped this on my Facebook page earlier on today and I've had a couple of inboxes asking how to solve it, so here we go. We've got quite a long fraction equation here and we're going to use Bodmas to solve it. Now Bodmas tells us the order in which we need to complete the equation. Bodmas stands for brackets, order, division, multiplication, addition and subtraction. So the first thing we need to look at is, have we got any brackets in our equation? And we haven't. So we then go to the order we need to do things. Now the first one is D for division. So we've got a division here. Now we can't divide fractions, we have to times them. So to do that, we leave the first fraction as is. We do the inverse of division, which is multiplication. Now we've got two wholes here, and that really can look like this as a fraction, 2/1. But because we've done the inverse from division to multiplication, we need to flip our fraction, 2/1, and make it into a half. And then we can complete the multiplication. 3 times 1 is 3. And 4 times 2 is 8. So our answer to this part of the equation is 3/8. So we can take this out now and we can pop our answer in, already making our equation look a little bit simpler. So the next thing after division is multiplication, and we've got one of those over here. So the first thing I would like to do with this is actually simplify this fraction here. And to do that, I need to find a common factor. So a factor is a number that will fit into both of these exactly. And the highest common factor for these is number 12. So we divide 24 by 12 and we get 2. And then we divide 36 by 12 and we get 3. So actually 24 over 36 is the same as 2/3. And then we're going to times that by 8. This is 8 wholes, so we can write that as 8/1. And then do our multiplication. 2 times 8 is 16. And 3 times 1 is 3. So the answer to this part of the equation is 16/3. So I'm going to take that away now, and I'm going to replace it up here with 16/3. So now we've got a fairly simple subtraction to do. We haven't got any addition, so we move straight on to what we're left with. But what we have to do in order to subtract these, we have to have the same denominator, which is the bottom number. So in order to find a common multiple, that is a number that appears in both the 3 times table and the 8 times table. So our common multiple is 24. And a nice easy way to find the multiple is to just times these two numbers together. So I'm going to change both these fractions into 24ths. Now with fractions, in order to keep them the same size, whatever we do to the denominator, we must do to the numerator. So if we times 3 by 8 to get to 24, we need to times 16 by 8 as well. Now a quick way to do that would be 8 times 10 is 80 and 8 times 6 is 48. Add the two of them together and we have 128. So we're going to change this fraction to 128. So 16/3 is 128/24. We're still going to subtract them because that's what it's asked us to do. But now we need to change this. We've already done the bottom. We've changed it to 24ths and we times 8 by 3 to get to 24. So we need to times the top number by 3. And 3 times 3 is 9. We now can easily take 128 take away 9 is 119. We don't add the bottom, we just keep it the same. So it's 119/24. So that is the answer to our equation. But when we're dealing with fractions, we're not going to leave it as an improper fraction. We need to turn it into a proper fraction, and if possible, we need to reduce it as well. So in order to turn it into a proper fraction, we divide 119 by 24. Well, that'll be 4 exactly. 24 times 4 is 96. And then what's left over, we'll stop over the 24. So 96 to 119 is actually 23. So our answer to that very long equation that we started off with is 4 and 23 over 24.